Hello, my name is Adam. I'm recording this from Mannheim, Germany. The question of whether or not people with high IQs are good language learners is one that doesn't quite take into account what you need to be a good language learner. A good language learner does not someone who can necessarily memorize all of the grammatical structures, vocabulary, and any other sort of finer details of language. Although that is, from my own experience, a key part of learning a language. What qualifies as a good language learner would be someone who is willing and has the ability to look silly or to make mistakes. I myself am currently learning German as I have moved to Germany in the last 2 months and plan on staying here indefinitely. And the language classes I'm taking are good in the sense that I'm familiarizing myself with the language and its structures and its vocabulary. However, as much as I can practice here at home, I cannot truly understand how it is used in context without going outside into my town where I'm living and working on speaking with everyday Germans. It can be an incredibly frustrating experience at times, and at times also somewhat embarrassing to not be able to communicate clearly with people that you need to communicate with. In a grocery store, on the street, or any other places that you would commonly find yourself. However, given that embarrassment, it has been an important part of learning the language. I can now go to a grocery store and communicate and also be able to read the signage there. This is because I was willing to go and make mistakes. Now, I wouldn't have felt confident enough, of course, without having learned some language skills, some grammar, some vocabulary. But I don't think I would have been able to function as well as I have without being willing to go out and talk to everyday Germans and look foolish in front of them. Having a high IQ is good in the sense that once you become more familiar with the language and more comfortable in speaking of the language, you can then start to understand higher levels of conception, grammatical structures that may differ from your own natural language, as German does have quite a few structures that are somewhat different than English. However, having an IQ is not necessarily a requirement, as flawed it is to say high IQ, to being able to learn a language. You need to be willing to test out your knowledge on the street. Thank you very much, and everybody have a good week.